The superpower that I admire the most is invisibility. Like my identification with partial personalities or celebrities like the sprinting Tom Cruise, I was obsessed with the invisible Kevin Bacon in the movie Hollow Man. Brad Pitt's Tyler Durden also struck a chord in me. You know, he was the guy that was sitting in the back of the movie theaters stitching together illusions with a cigarette in his mouth.
See y'all.
The editing Brad Pitt, as I call it, inspired me to study film editing. There was a time when I wanted to be a professional film editor in Hollywood because they are coined the invisible artist. Although the editor has just as much power as the director, for they are the ones constructing the final cut. They have to leave minimum traces of their fingerprints on the film for their work to be maximally effective.
That's like different though. But if so what is this guy?
The cuts between shots have to be so smooth, both from the aesthetic and psychological standpoint, that the audience has no idea that the film was being edited, while they perceive fragmented and unrelated images as a continuous whole, as kind of an illusion. My obsession with bodybuilding, meditation, speed, and quickness can be perceived as alternatives for transparency and invisibility. So I spend countless hours doing plyometrics and box jumps and sprint so I can move as fast as I can, enough to vanish in front of my opponents in a blink of an eye. The whole spiritual pursuit can be boiled down to dissolving beliefs, identities, and the illusion of a separate self.
What are you doing?
Eventually, you have to dissolve the idea that you're a spiritual person and the whole concept of enlightenment. The higher you go, you become more of a phenomenological camouflage. You're transparent, elusive, impossible to get hold of or define. See, when you drop the belief that you are a person, other people's perception of you also vanish. It's when you lose the fear of other minds that you are free to do anything. This is the true power of an invisible man. He's never to be seen, therefore never to be judged.
That's why there's no talking. Follow your friend around on the bar on Friday night. Get your actor to do it. The only thing you're gonna have to stage is the alley, which could be shot anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that could be shot anywhere.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about budget the entire time.
Inconceivable. Kids of YouTube these days. Did you check out this little camera? I made one vlog so far. Have you seen it?
Not yet. Is it on your channel?
Yeah.
Paradoxically, I find bodybuilding to be a process of inverse invisibility. You become so big and aesthetic and so visible that you go beyond the inflection point and become invisible. When your body expands, the whole universe grows dimmer, as though everything else has been appended and emptied of its content to reveal the weightlessness and the emptiness of the world. I look at it as an act that is not different from catching or capturing wild animals. You know, I see something that is aesthetic or interesting, it catches my eyes, I get down on my knees and then I film it before any irrational thoughts kick in. You know, I want most of these shots to be completely static, but without having to use a tripod. And I have to find the best possible composition in the split of a second and dive into complete stillness of the mind for 15 to 20 seconds, no matter how chaotic the situation is.
course, you know, he'd be able to consent to that.
Give each other a hug.
Hey, sir. Sir.
Yes.
I don't want you taking their picture.
Oh, no pictures?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
却找到更多的证明，那干了的泪，原来在你眼里。
Way out in the water, see it swimming. Oh, your feet in the air and your head in the ground.
哦，我在这做纪录片。
You try this.
肉的部分的话，一盘都是60，有牛、猪、羊、鸡4种可以选，可以混着点。钱需要什么肉呢？鸡肉。鸡肉是吗？还有什么？